So it is evident that the WNBPA are trying to force a strike. That is extremely, extremely evident. That it's not a case of, oh, striking is our last resort. No, they want to strike. And we all need to understand is like, saying they're pushing towards a strike does not necessarily mean it's out of malice. Like, everybody has their different theories about why they'd be pushing for a strike. But, like, it may not be out of malice. There are people in the PA that genuinely might think that striking is the way to get leverage back. Truthfully, striking gives them less leverage. Because, again, this is the last time they will ever be able to negotiate a better offer than what the WNBA has currently offered them. Because the WNBA have to recoup the money that they're losing. Every single game there's a strike, the WNBA are going to be recouping the money. Why? Because you're like, oh, but what about billionaires? It's not even that. It's that there are people that own 58% of the league that need to recoup the money. And every single day that there's no games, the league is burning money. And people are like, oh, they don't want to get rid of the league. They're not going to, end the league because, look, they're going to lose so much money if they end the league. Look at, like, the way it's growing. And I'm like, I don't think people realize that. Let's just say the league doesn't last for a season. The teams have already rented out these arenas. They'll have to start trying to find things to sublet the arenas. So, and when it comes to the cost, will be hundreds of millions of dollars in marketing, in staff fees, and everything. It would be well over $100 million if a season doesn't happen. The league has to find then $100 million extra in profit to make up for the $100 million extra in losses, which means the players are going to get screwed. The players are going to get screwed by the next CBA talk in the next proposal from the league. And the reality is that they're going to get screwed. They're going to say no. And what's not going to happen is 2 seasons in a row don't happen. The owners aren't going to cave. The owners aren't going to sign a deal that guarantees them losses when they've just ate $100 million in losses. They're only going to sign a deal that gives them even more of the profits and gives the players even less of the profits so that they can recoup that money faster. So, or there'll be at least some way able to do it. So the reality is a strike ends the league. A strike that lasts more than a few games ends the league. And from Robin Lundberg here, the WNBA responded to the last player proposal in 48 hours. The one before that, they responded to say no within 3 hours. The league responded to the previous proposal from the players within 3 hours. 3 hours they responded to say no. They were like, this is just unrealistic. Within 3 hours they responded to say no. The players have, I'm not joking, it's been 5 days. The players have not only not responded, according to Howard Megdal, the league doesn't know when they're going to respond. The inside, like Howard Megdal clearly is talking to either players or players' agents or key players' agents. They literally leaked the survey to him. So it's a player's agent. Howard Megdal is absolutely talking to either players or players' agents. So he has someone on the inside. Because again, he leaked the survey. He has someone on the inside that wants all this getting out because they know how ridiculous all this shit looks. They know the second Sophie Cunningham said the survey was actually a good survey, bam, okay, let's leak the survey. Let's leak the survey. So the second that happens, that happens as soon as that starts. But anyway, yeah. It is one of those things that is big. But according to, again, Howard Megdal, who again has someone on the inside, nobody knows when the league are going to respond. The league aren't even close to coming up with a proposal. The league haven't even met, they've talked with the executive committee. Do you know the players aren't even allowed to see what the league's proposal is? They are pushing towards a strike. That it is what it is. He's saying, what's the holdup? The holdup is they want to strike. That is the holdup. They want to strike. Why? I don't know. We can only speculate. We can only speculate on why. You can look at this in the least favorable way possible towards the PA and say they're trying to, this is, again, it is my opinion. This is my opinion. I can be completely wrong. My opinion, based on from what we've heard, is that the older players want to burn it down on the way out. one of two things. They either want to burn it, they either know they're not going to get a contract this season and want to burn down the league because they know they're gone, or in a slightly less malicious sense, they feel like they're owed money because of the fact that they got paid so little for so many years, and they want to make sure that they get the maximum amount of money possible on the way out. Like, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Like, we saw it in the survey. The first option, like in the list of things, was like one of the first options was like retirement money for already retired players. And I'm like, at the end of the day, yeah, that's good, but that should be the last thing. Reparations should be the last thing that happens. Like, there's no... And the thing with gross revenue is like, again, they're trying to... I'll talk a little more about that as well. But like, they're trying to trick... The gross revenue is a fucking trick. Like, that is my opinion, is that is a buzzword that the PA has gotten players obsessed with not budging on, but it's in fact actually just, again, a trick to push them to striking. I don't know if they're trying to burn down the league. I don't know what they're doing. But like, on the way, truthfully starting to look like the end goal. Striking is the end goal. Striking is the end goal. Why? We don't know. Why? We don't know. They're doing interviews with the press. Yeah, they're doing interviews with the press. They called a 3-hour meeting on Tuesday to talk about a letter. Do you want to know what they didn't do on that letter? Talk about either the league's proposal or their own proposal. They didn't talk about coming to a conclusion. They talked about unity and the appearance of unity. There was 7 days to go till the deadline. They're not even talking about proposals right now. They're more focused on appearing united than anything else. That is what they're doing. Both sides are annoying. The hold-up is not negotiating good faith. And by the way, the league are absolutely not innocent either. Like, to say that this is on the league side, like, the league have tried to stall. The league have tried to stall because, let's be completely real. Like, the league are now trying. It's not even they're trying to push urgency. They're like, oh, the league put a deadline to push urgency. No, the GMs are like, the deadline should not have even gone to March the 10th. They were like, it should have been 2 weeks earlier. It was like, they should have put in a deadline months ago. And they're like, they're only putting in a deadline for urgency. It's like, so basically the players are saying we don't want to start on time. The PA basically said we don't want to start on time. That there's no urgency, so we don't actually want to start on time. Because there's no world where, and by the way, again, the ball's in the players' court. You can't blame the league for this. The players are stalling. They are stalling. You can't blame the league for this. There is 4 days to go. And the league, as far from what everyone's been saying, it seems like the league have no intention of submitting a proposal anytime soon. The league might submit a proposal on the 9th. My theory is that the league are submitting a proposal on the 9th so that so that on the 10th, the second the clock hits midnight, so the players will put in a proposal, a PA, on the 9th, and what it is going to say is we are going to reduce the average gross revenue to 25%, which the league will never accept because they've already said they're not going to accept it. They're going to submit a deal the league have already said they're not going to accept, and they're going to make sure they're playing hot potato. It's like, you know, when you're trying to like bid, like if you're trying to like snipe something on a bid on like eBay, where you bid at the last second so that you hope that the other side, or you're kind of trying to bid someone up and it's like the best way to do this is like, it's like pumped off fun. Everyone's trying to bid up, and you just don't want to be the last person. You don't want to be the last person. As soon as the clock hits 0, then this could be my theory, is that they want to submit the proposal that'll never be accepted too close to the deadline for the league to submit a proposal again, so that they can come out on March 10th and be like, look, the league haven't submitted a proposal. You're going to have to, if you wanted to start on time, you have to submit a proposal. Or you have to accept our proposal, which they know they're not going to do, and therefore they can blame the league. Like, literally, Stewie wrote a letter saying players are scared to speak out against the PA, and basically, you're making us feel anti-union if we say anything negative or question you. And their response was, there's actually no division. It's the league's fault. The letter was basically saying to Terry Carmichael, you are causing division. And her response was, no, it's the league. We're not doing it. We're all on the same page. It's the league are trying to get between us. And I'm like, what the fuck is this gaslighting? It's madness. It's madness. They're trying to push. I don't know why. Because the outcome of the PA is, like, their goal is strike. The PA leadership goal is strike. It is to strike. Like, no matter how much they want to say, oh, it's not what we want to do. It's the 6th of March. It is the 6th of March. They have to strike. If nothing gets done in 4 days, they are striking. They are currently stalling. You have 4 days to come to a deal, otherwise you have to strike. Otherwise, strike is the only option. As you have implied plenty of times, we'll only strike if it's the only option. But you're making sure as hell it's the only option, because in 4 days' time, apparently, there is a flat-out refusal from the PA to get in a room with the owners, with the WNBA league side. From what we heard from Howard Megdal, the league would be open to getting in a room with the PA and trying to find out some middle ground. And it's the PA that are stalling. They're literally just stalling. They are stalling to force a strike. It's as simple as that. They are stalling to force a strike. And it's now at the stage where, stalling to force a strike only benefits the people at the top of the PA. It does. It only benefits them. Because let's be real. The strike fund, if you're not going to be in the league, ironically, let's just say hypothetically, Alicia Clark is very close to being out of the league. And I don't know what she is, but I'm just talking about this hypothetical situation. If Alicia Clark's not going to get a league contract, or Bree Turner's not going to get a league contract, the strike fund money that they're going to get is more than they're previously going to get. Lexi Brown, who's talking nonstop, she's going to be out of the league on her own merit very soon. Not through no fault of saying, geez, her own merit, just due to health reasons. She's going to be out of the league very, very soon. At the same time, you've now got her talking about it because she was one of the dumb people that signed a contract too soon. Anyway, yeah, it's just crazy. Anyway, I'll see you guys.